All right, everybody, we're here with Ashlee Baracy. We're not talking about the weather, though. We're talking about a scam that's been affecting a lot of people, and you were on the receiving end of this email.
Yes, luckily didn't fall for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why we want to share this info with you. So talk us through it. How did the email come to you, and what kind of info was contained?
So it came to my personal email, and the title of the subject had my first name spelled correctly, which, you know, with the two E's, doesn't always happen. So I'm like, oh, and it came from what seemed like a person's name. The name was Drew Kid. So I thought, oh, okay, this must be someone trying to reach me, maybe something with my kids, whatever.
What was the subject? Just your
Ashlee.
name? Okay.
Yeah. So I click on it. First thing in the email has my home address. And then now I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting, and it's correct.
Okay.
So then it was a PDF file attached to the email. So I click on that because the PDF was called Ashlee.
Okay.
And it was a full-page threatening letter with my address on it, saying that it had videos of me doing, I don't know if I want to say incriminating things, but not flattering things, shall we say.
Yeah.
And that if I did not pay them $2,000 via Bitcoin, that they were going to send these videos to all the contacts in my phone. But they also put a picture of what they believed was my house on there.
Like a drone shot, a satellite shot.
It was kind of like the Google image shot. Like if you were to go onto Google and look at the maps, you can see photos of your home. But it was my neighbor across the street.
So you have red flag there. You know the house is wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the activity, like, let's be honest.
Nefarious activity.
This activity, like, I have two little kids at home that I can't go anywhere without them attached to my leg. So I'm like, I know that they don't have those videos. But my first thought was, oh my gosh, this is a threatening email of someone that knows my address.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they did have anything on my phone, I mean, I have thousands of pictures of my kids on my phone. Like, I don't want them to have that, even though that's not, you know, an unflattering thing, but it's a privacy thing.
But you had that moment, though, where you saw the email, you digested that information, and you thought, whoa, is this, what's happening?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, your heart kind of sinks as soon as you open that up, and especially the fact that they had my home address, because that's, you know, it's not, at this point, you're a parent. It's not just about you. It's about your kids and their safety. And so that was my first concern. And then I'm reading this, and I actually brought it to Darnell's attention with being a crime and safety expert first. And I'm reading it out loud to him, and he starts finishing my sentences.
Because he received it.
His sister received it and sent it to him because she was concerned. And I thought, oh my gosh. And so then I was relieved knowing, okay, well, this must be a scam. And the first person we said, we got to tell Hank.
And then we've learned, I believe our general manager received one. I think Damon Fernandez received one. The Better Business Bureau is putting out an alert. Were there any misspellings or anything that caught your eye,
So that's the scary part, is that, you know, usually when you'd get these scams in the past, you would catch a lot of misspellings and they were red flags. They're getting better at that. And I don't know if it's through AI or ChatGPT. There weren't really many misspellings. The one thing, besides obviously my home photo being off by, you know, a house or two, was that they listed my phone number as all zeros. So they had my address, but they didn't have my phone number. So it seemed like it was more of this copy and paste, like I'm going to insert different information, and they didn't have my phone number in that. So that kind of, was a red flag. But they had my name spelt right, first and last name. And so there was a lot of it that seemed legit. I just know enough from working in the news to be a little concerned about it. But my thought, too, was, you know, there could be young people maybe that do partake in the activities that are listed in here. And their first thought could be like, oh my gosh, they're going to send this to my boss, all these contacts in my phone, and be so concerned of who's going to receive these. And, you know, we've seen really unfortunate stories come out of these threats from...
Yeah, we had Kimberly Gale had done the story, the young man in the UP, I believe, took his own life because he was so scared that people would get this information. And the nefarious activity we're talking about is typically just like, we understand what adult websites you may be visiting, or you've been targeted because you sent, in the case of the young man up north, I think that he had actually sent a photo, you know, that you don't want out there, and that was going to be sent to everybody. So that's the real danger, you know. Obviously, we don't want people to lose money, but we don't want people to think that they're in such a scary situation that they do something extreme, you know.
Right, because they're not just threatening your bank account per se. They're threatening your reputation.
They're preying on your emotion.
Absolutely.
That's what's so terrifying. I know you're going to share more with us throughout the day because we're going to have a report at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be on set so we can talk with Damon and kind of learn what happened to him. But we wanted to get this information out to all of you so you're aware of what's going on. So
and especially that home photo, that doesn't mean that they're lurking right outside of your house. There's so many ways of getting photos of your home via satellite.
Image. It's not hard to do. So we just, listen, the bottom line is when you get an email or a text or, especially during this very busy election cycle, we know you're getting a lot of information thrown at you. We just want you to kind of take a breath, like you did, digest the information, maybe run it by somebody. If you don't have a safety and security expert at your workplace like we do, just ask a friend or a family member and say, hey, does this seem a little bit weird? Because whether it's like this or the banking scams we've been seeing so much of, the goal is to prey on emotion, and the goal is to get your money or steal your ID. So thank you for chatting with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for sharing it with everybody else.
All right, we'll see you later today on Local 4.